All right, we're live. Welcome back to episode 262 of the Guy and Guns podcast. I'm your host, Troy.
And I'm your other host, Doug.
We use this podcast to talk about guns and responsible Christian gun owners' interest. On this week's show, we'll be talking with Josiah McCallum. Is that right? I think McCallum, yeah, from PSA, Palmetto State Armory, to bring us up to speed as to what's going on with Palmetto State. I'm sure they are very busy during this crisis. And we'll be talking about, that they've sponsoring the show with sales that you guys are purchasing all this stuff. So we'll bring Josiah on in just a moment. First, I want to thank a bandwidth sponsor, Farms Radio Network. We appreciate them sponsoring all that data out there for you guys to download at your convenience. So if you've not checked out any of the other shows at the Farms Radio Network, please do. There are some new shows over there they've been added recently, so give them a look and listen. We're also broadcasting live on Oath Keepers TV. We are happy to be over there and thankful for them putting our shows out there on their channels and also on their Facebook page. So for all of you over there at Oath Keepers, we appreciate everything you're doing.
Indeed.
And then I want to thank
Crossbreed Holsters. Hey, you've heard Troy and I talk about it. If you're carrying a gun on your person, in your vehicle, or your wife's purse, wherever you got one, Crossbreed Holsters makes a holster for you. Go check our buddies out at crossbreedholsters.com. Carry the cross. Also, Palmetto Tack Lights, or Palmetto Tack. I'm running two sentences together here. Power Tack Lights, our other sponsor. If you're looking for a flashlight for everyday carry, one for your pocket, one for your gun, or anything else, our buddies at PowerTac have a light for you. So go check them out at powertac.com. And you're going to hear from tonight. Josiah's with us, Palmetto State Armory, our affiliate link. And you guys have been doing good. And they have been extremely busy lately, which you're probably going to hear here in just a couple minutes. So thanks to them, and thank you guys for going out and using our link and buying stuff from Palmetto.
All right. Well, welcome to the show, Josiah. We appreciate you coming on with us.
Good to be here, guys.
And if you guys are hearing any digitizing, that's just because the internet's really slow for everyone everywhere. So
Yeah.
we've been told, we've said we have to speak slower than usual. So you guys will just have to bear with us as the internet is crawling these days. So go ahead.
Everybody's staying home right now.
Yeah. So Josiah, tell us what's going on at Palmetto State these days.
We are busier than ever right now. On March 11th, everything just absolutely took off. I'm working from home right now, which if I sound a little bit digital, I'm working off of my laptop, which I'm using the Wi-Fi hotspot on my phone. Ever since March 11th, when this whole coronavirus debacle with the stock market and oil started, our sales are up anywhere from 50 to over 100% right now.
Wow.
So we're very busy, but we're keeping up with demand though. We're only maximum of about 10 days out on orders right now, shipping. Just lots of stuff selling. We put it on the website, it sells.
It does.
Yeah. Doug post stuff and it's gone by the time he gets done posting, I think.
Yeah.
A lot of our listeners a lot of guys are looking for ammo. So every time I see ammo come up on the site, I make sure I post it for them. And we got in good the other day. There was some guys that you had packs of 1,000 rounds, I think it was, for AR rounds. I posted it out there, and there were several people got in it, but it wasn't like 20 minutes. One of the guys commented, he goes, "Nope, all gone."
Yep. And we're doing our best to work the streams, our different avenues of, every type of supply chain that we can with ammo. But it's the frustration that we run into is, we're able to get it, but it's at what price is a problem, because, manufacturers, they've across the board pretty much raised it about 10%. And then you've got on top of that, when we buy stuff, we buy in extreme quantities, and we go to these different shows like SHOT Show, and we get really good deals. Like you get, this is a weird, just kind of a a simple example, but for every 10 cases you buy of 223, you get one for free. So we pass that along to the customer. So on top of the 10%, then you got they canceled all those deals that we were getting. They canceled that and said no more, basically free case for every 10, that type of deal. So all those incentives got canceled. Plus you've got, natural little bit of supply and demand. We're not of like other companies that are doubling the price, almost $1,000 for 1,000 rounds of certain type of ammo, but there is a little bit of supply and demand where the thing that we hate to see is for people to buy from us as well and then take it to a gun show and sell it for twice the price. It's frustrating, but we see that all the time. But so really those three things just all together, we've had a little bit of increased price, but even with that increase in price, we'll put in, and this is no exaggeration, 10 pallets of 223, and within a half hour it's gone. And that's just the way things are going right now. And we're two other demographics that are buying from us right now. You got the new gun owner. We're selling pistols like you would not believe. Anything from a Smith & Wesson Shield to a Glock 17 Gen 5 is selling. Any pistol we're putting there, they want something for home defense. Selling a ton of those. They're buying a pistol and a case of ammo, as well as your newer gun owners, first-time gun owners. They're buying complete lowers and complete uppers just so they can slap them together. Seeing a ton of that as far as ARs, and then complete AR-15s for the new gun owner. We have a lot of new customers, a ton. But then we're also seeing the returning customers. They're buying mainly build kits. I mean, good thing we own a bunch of different companies. Our parent company, JJE Capital, which is my brother and his two friends, own a bunch of these companies, including Palmetto State Armory. So we have our own forge. So from forge to finish, we can, lowers, uppers, barrels, rails. We're making the stuff. So we've got our own supply chain. We focus on vertical integration. So we're able to, luckily, to supply ourselves with a lot of things, and we've got good supply chains as far as other products. But so we've got these. So the other demographic, let me take a step back real quick. The other demographic is the guys who already have 100 stripped receivers at home and finally like, all right, I'm going out. I'm going to start buying the kits to build them. So we're seeing a lot of that as well. So that's really the main core of what we're selling is the ammo, build kits, and then for your newer shooters, complete uppers and lowers just to slap together, and then as well as just pistols. Just can't keep them in stock.
Wow. Yeah, I know that I was browsing around today to see what you guys had in stock, and I was surprised at the number of reloading components you guys have got in stock.
Yeah, we've gotten a lot more into reloading. Some of that is might be some drop ship stuff because they're little onesie twosie things. But if we can get that drop shipped from we don't do much drop shipping. I'd say probably, I don't know what percentage, probably like a 0.5% of what stuff that's on the website might come from a drop ship. But a lot of your reloading components, people have been requesting that a lot, and so if we can provide that, at a flat rate, say even if it's 10% markup through a distributor. Drop ship it, we'll do it. That's what we're doing with reloading.
Cool. So, Doug, you worked out the deal for Palmetto to be a sponsor. So you guys tell them how it's going with the sales and numbers wise. And I know that we were surprised at the number of sales here recently.
Yeah, I think we started in that once we got everything hooked up. I think it was right before Christmas is when we got our affiliate sponsorship, and I know I was on the phone with Josiah quite a bit there for a couple of weeks getting everything set up and done. And the guy, everybody's buying a lot of good stuff. I know I have built, let's see, since Christmas, 5 builds for. Yeah. A couple for myself, and then also my son-in-law bought a couple. He bought one, his dad bought one, his granddad got one, and I put all those guns together. And everybody thinks, well, AR is just so hard to do, you can't do it. There's so many parts, but once you do one or two, there's nothing to it.
Yeah.
You can crank them out quick, especially if you got the tool to do it with.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. The hardest part's getting that spring pin in and that door, and then the front spring pin for the receiver. those two are the hardest ones. You need that special tool that you turn so the spring don't fly across the room.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Then it gets then it becomes addictive. Then you're like, I only got 2, one more. Then you end up with 30, and your wife's mad at you. But
I know,
that's the way
right?
it is.
My wife just loves it when she sees a Palmetto State Armory box come in. But she's pretty good about it. I told her the other day, I said, I think I need to make each of the kids one too.
Mm-hmm. I just got done. I'm working on the last kid right now. I've made each one of my children one, and my wife said I want one. So now Krista's going. I got to build one for Krista. So I'm going to have to get me another lower when that. Well, I think I've got 2 Palmetto State lowers left. So, but the one for my daughter, she's 14. She wants a Stormtrooper one, so she wants me to do a white and black Stormtrooper setup. So I've been trying to find the parts to try to make it look as much like a Stormtrooper rifle as I can. So,
It's good. Hey, that's gonna be fun.
You can always hit it with some spray paint, man. Just
they got that. What's that stuff that Professor Paul is always talking about? That
Duracoat or something.
Duracoat, yeah, you can do a Duracoat. So I don't know. We'll figure out how to do it. But yeah, I've just got in an order from Natchez, reloading stuff today, and I saw, hey, wait a second, Palmetto State's got reloading stuff now, so I'm gonna start having to keep my eye open over. I've had to take myself off your email list. I do have to say that, Joseph. Out of honesty, because I was buying stuff like every week, and I think
that's what we want.
I think divorce was in my near future. So.
Yeah.
Hey, Josiah, I think Troy and I were supporting the show for most of the month of December and part of January. I was like, hey, man, I got to go through our link to go get it. And, if we're not willing to support ourselves, I mean, why can we ask anybody else to help us out?
Exactly.
We actually had to stop sending the daily deal emails every week because our web traffic was so high. We had to keep the website running properly. So we just stopped sending out daily deal emails so we didn't crash the website. So it was pretty crazy.
I like the daily deal. That's the first thing I look for in my mail because it usually hits mine somewhere around noonish or a little after when it finally comes in. And that's the first thing I do is I'm going through. I'm like, okay, I got it. Ooh, I could use it, need it. It's like, our listeners would like that. And I make a quick link for it. And I'm like, boom, put it out on the page. I'm like, hey, if you need ammo, they got it right now, so you better get it.
Can't wait.
Yeah.
All right. So what's the big things on Palmetto's future as soon as this crisis is out of the way? What things you got in the works that you want to let us know about? Or you won't wait?
Well, no, actually, our engine. We just to let people know where PSA is. We are still fully employed as far as we own DC Machine, where we make all of our AR lowers, and that's where we make all of our nitride, our stainless steel barrels. DC Machine. I mean, they're running 2 shifts, 100%. And Seth, I mean, obviously DHS made the declaration that firearms manufacturers are essential. So we're running 100%. We closed down all of our stores because you can when you have at your facilities, like our assembly facility, our facility to ship out the regular product, non-serialized warehouse, or serialized warehouse, you can control employees coming in. You can take their temperature. You can make sure they're washing hands, doing different things. But when you have stores all across South Carolina, you can't control the customers coming in. So what we did is we closed our stores down and brought the employees from the stores to the warehouse, to the serialized warehouse, assembly, and to the non-serialized warehouse, and they're shipping out orders. So they're helping us. They're helping us pump the orders out. And our engineering division is still up and running 100% right now as well, too. So we've got the GF4. It's going to be our right now we have our Palmetto State Armory AK. It's the GF3. It's a nitrided barrel with the hammer forged components, carrier, trunnion. And then the GF4 is the exact same thing, but with a cold hammer forged barrel. That's going to be coming out in the next about month or so. The next one's going to be coming out is the Dagger pistol. That's the one everybody's excited about. It's got an MSRP of $299. Going to be coming out with all different configurations. That one's going to be in probably early May. Due to a few supplier issues with COVID-19 going on, we had to put that back to May. Originally, it was going to be April. But then we just put that back to May. But the Dagger pistol's coming out in May, and the GF4 is going to be in the next 30 days. So those are our two big big projects we're working on right now. And then we've also got our AK-103. We're doing the 100 series AKs. AK-103 is coming out this year. We've got the PSA-5, I don't want to say it, but the MP5 clone. We've got that coming out.
We didn't.
You did.
I did. That is coming out in 2020. If anybody asks what time frame, it's coming out in 2020. But I'm going to try and go in order. So we got AK-103 coming out, AK-74 coming out, late Q2, early Q3. We've got the Spiker coming out Q4. Q4 also is going to see the Crink, and we've got a lot of new products coming out.
What's the Spiker?
Spiker is a Chinese AK. It's got some certain features that are designated. Some certain features that when you look at it, you can tell it's a Chinese Spiker, but it's got a long bayonet coming out of it, off the bottom of it.
Oh, like the old SKSs and the long, thin bayonet.
Yep.
So the other one, I saw a review from, I think it was from Shot. Somebody had posted a review on the Dagger.
Yep.
Hey, tell us, because I looked at that thing a lot on the review that I saw on it, and it looks nice.
Mm-hmm.
It's a 9mm, right?
Yep, it is a 9mm. It's got our own proprietary mold for it. The grip angle is a little bit different. Guys with a little bit larger hands are going to like the way it feels in their hand. There you go. So there's
Glock 20s and 21s feel good in my hands.
Yeah. So it's that's ours. Where that mold is our proprietary patented mold. We're actually machining the slide. We're machining the barrels. A lot of that parts. There's a few things like springs. You just don't get into it, even on ARs. You outsource that part. But a lot of the parts of the Dagger we are going to be making. But it's going to be a fun gun. Retail for a base model, $299. That's not nice sights. Then we're going to have a model with the RMR cutout and raised sights for suppressor, and also it's going to have a model with a threaded barrel. I'm not 100% sure on MSRPs on those, but we're going to have a couple different models of it.
Yeah, I was just fixing to ask if the barrel was going to be threaded or not, because one of the things that Glock just did, when they came out with their 22, it doesn't have a threaded barrel. You got to buy a different barrel if you want one. And I like to shoot 22 pistols. I like to shoot them suppressed. It's just fun. And if I got to go out and buy another barrel,
the first model. Yeah, the first model that's going to come out is going to be the standard model, but a few weeks after that, you'll see the threaded barrel model coming out. It's going to come with a threaded barrel, and we're going to offer the slides, the frames, the barrels. We're going to be offering all the different parts separately as well. But that's going to take a little bit of time to get to that point.
I mean, that's
with the whole code. Yeah, it is. It is. Yeah, we're able to do that because we're making most of the parts on there. We're making ourselves. There's a few parts that we don't, which is why it got delayed because of COVID-19. Some supplier issues there, but we're able to make the slide, make the barrels, and so we're able to keep the price down.
I want one of those, and I want one of the AKV9s.
Those things are so much fun. That's my favorite gun.
So Troy and I were over, and that's how I got into the Palmetto State affiliate thing, was where I first heard it. We were in Blakely, Georgia, back in, we were up there? October? It was October, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So we were at a machine gun shoot with Iraqi Vet 8888, and we were there, and you guys had a booth set up, and I walked over and they were showing me one of the guns, and I was like, "Oh, that's pretty cool." So I started shooting. I'm like, "Well, who makes this one?" They're like, "Oh, Palmetto State." I was like, "Man, you already give me one for free as much as I spend there." And we got talking about it. I said something about God and guns, and one of the guys that was actually there had watched our show, and I was like, "Well, cool." He said, "Well, have you ever heard of our affiliate program?" I'm like, "No." So he started telling me. I was like, "Well, that's a pretty good deal." So that's where it all started. Just at a machine gun shoot, just out of the blue, shooting one of the AKV9s, which I loved.
That's sort of the purpose of the whole Iraqi veteran thing, anyway, is to get the manufacturers and sellers with YouTube creators. So it accomplished its task in this case.
Yep, exactly.
It definitely did.
It did. I think you met my friend Ty. Yeah,
I did
work
meet
with Ty. He's a good guy.
He is a good dude. It was pouring down rain, muddy, and they had Palmetto kind of down on the end of one of the tents, and I think that's where all the water was washing in. And Troy had actually stopped at a Bass Pro Shop and picked up a pair of rubber boots to wear down, and I had a pair of buck boots in my truck that I put on, and we just sloshed around, everybody checking everybody's stuff out. We didn't care, Hey, we're there to have fun.
It was rough, but I heard it was a lot of fun.
It was fun.
It was hard for tannerite to go off for some reason.
Really?
They had to shoot the tannerite like 6 or 7 times to get it to go off. It was a really wet weekend, that's for sure.
Hey, so right now, Josiah, what would you say is the number one thing that you guys can't, other than ammo, that you can't keep on the shelf?
It would have to be, other than ammo, really it's pistols and AR. Really, it's going to be equal. I'm thinking through the numbers in my mind. I look at them every morning. It's all going to be equal between pistols, ARs, uppers and lowers, complete ARs that we make. Really, it's everything. Everything is pretty much equal right now. The only thing that's not selling is stripped lowers, because everybody already has 100 of them. But right. Everything is equally as hard to keep in stock right now.
I know you guys, a couple of your daily deals, excuse me, had the
getting you.
No, the Georgia pine tree pollen is getting me.
It's an inside joker.
Yeah, but you guys have been advertised on your daily deal here lately. You got the little Sky 9mm pistol on there, and that's a great price for a little gun. And Troy and I were at a shoot. Well, we were at Iraqi Vet 88 2 years ago, I guess it was. Yeah. And Sky was there, and we were shooting their guns and stuff. And they sent me one to demo and shoot and do a video on. And I didn't clean that thing. I didn't do anything. I got about 3,000 rounds through it, and it shoots every time. No problem. And a lot of people are like, hey, what kind of gun should I get? And that ain't going to break the bank. I was like, well, check this out. And I sent them a link for that. But now, hey, with the new dagger coming out, that might be a new one to push.
Yep. MSRP is $299. I doubt it'll be that high in the long run. So, yeah, the Skies are great little guns, though. Those are some people make fun of them a lot, but we sold a lot of them. I don't know if there's any in stock right now, but we sold them over the past 6-7 months. A lot of them.
They shoot well. Oh, sorry, I was going to say they shoot well. The only thing that I dislike about it is the trigger reset in it. There is no trigger reset. You got to you pull, you let it all the way back out and pull all the way back.
It's like a car.
Yeah, but really for somebody that's just starting to carry, it gives them that little extra, finger pull where they got the option to change their mind if they have to.
Think about it. Yeah.
Yep.
And for somebody who doesn't have the wherewithal financially to go out and buy a Glock, something like the Sky or even like our dagger is going to be a good option for them if you're more budget minded.
So
it's going to help
go ahead.
No, I would say that's my brother's philosophy with the company is he wants to arm, as many Americans as he can, possibly as he can, hopefully someday it doesn't happen. But if we have another assault weapons ban that's going to be 10 times as bad as the Clinton one, there's going to be so many ARs, so many AKs, so many guns like the Dagger Out and everything that we're coming out there with, that there's no possible way that they could go and confiscate it. So that's my brother's goal, is to arm full American.
Well, I don't know that if they. I think that probably would cause a civil war if we ever have another leader that tries to do something like that. I don't think the people are the same mindset as they were in the late '80s when Clintons did, or early 2000, early 90s. There's too many armed people and too many people who conceal carry now. Because when I was concealed carrying back when the Clinton ban went in effect, and I was a very rare animal. There was not very many people concealed carrying back in those days. Not very many people had more than a hunting shotgun and a 38 snub nose back in those days. Since then, the market is so huge compared to what it was then. I just don't see that people let go.
No, especially ARs. The culture has really changed. We've really embraced that, the Second Amendment. I mean, I think we're realizing as government gets bigger and bigger why the Second Amendment is needed, and I think that's why we've all rallied around it. As government gets larger and larger, even amongst, even amidst this whole COVID-19 crisis, some things that I'm seeing kind of scare me a little bit with the size of government, but we'll see what happens. So.
Right. As one of the things Troy and I say on the show all the time, I cannot stand it when I hear politicians talk about, well, we're not saying you can't have guns for the Second Amendment. You can have a shotgun or a deer rifle. We're like, the Second Amendment is not about hunting, period. It's not.
It's not even about self-defense. It's about keeping.
It's about protecting. It's about protecting ourselves from that politician.
Exactly. The one that says shall not be infringed is the one they want to trample on all the time.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
All right.
Where's me?
So I'm gonna try this question again. So, how many different brands do you guys carry as far as farms? I mean, how many different names out there? You buy from all everywhere you can get from, or how does it work?
Really, we buy. I don't know the number of SKUs. Like the number, actually, I should say number of SKUs. The number of different manufacturers that we carry. I can say one of our number one selling pistols out there has been Smith & Wesson Shields. We'd sell more Smith & Wesson Shields than any other pistol on the website. I mean, it's an extremely popular gun. That tidbit I know. But as far as if we can get a good deal on it, we're going to carry it. We said we'll carry as much as we possibly. And that's where drop ship's going to come into. We're incorporating a lot more drop ship stuff. So you're going to be seeing, we do have a new website that's going to be launched here in the next couple months. And that's going to allow us to carry more SKUs. We're going to be doing a lot more in drop ship. So being next month, launch for a new website. And we're going to be carrying a lot more drop ship.
Really digitizing.
It looks like he might be froze. He might have.
Yep, it's just that slow internet.
He got talking too fast. He got too excited there for a second.
You're talking too fast. We couldn't hear anything.
There he is. I think he's back now.
Are you back? Not yet. Not yet.
That's what happens when you put everybody works from home, so everybody's getting on the internet all day, all night.
Yeah. And everybody's on Palmetto State trying to buy guns right now.
Yeah, they are right now.
All right, you back with us, Josiah?
I'm here. Can you hear me?
By every third word.
I am here.
There you are. There you are.
Coming. You gotta talk You gotta talk like South Carolina.
Oh, now we lost him.
Oh, he's gone.
Yeah, he is gone. He moved it too far. He'll be back and say, here he comes. He's coming back.
He's trying. We'll see. Well, in the meantime,
there he is.
Are you back?
I am back. Can you hear me?
Good deal. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, that was my internet. I live out in the middle of nowhere, so my internet's slow to begin with. But just a quick, in case you didn't hear what I was saying before, with pistols, uh, we're carrying as many SKUs as we possibly can. We're going to be utilizing drop ship in the future, a lot more, to carry a lot more pistol SKUs. And we are going to be launching our new website here in the next couple months, which is going to allow us to carry more SKUs. It's going to allow us to do a lot more drop ship.
Good deal. All right. Well, you have anything else, Doug? We're gonna let Josiah go.
No, man. I appreciate the opportunity to be an affiliate with you guys.
No problem. We appreciate it. Thank you for pushing sales our way.
Oh, absolutely.
And if they want to get a hold of anything, what's your web address again?
PalmettoStateArmory.com.
How simple is that?
If you haven't signed up for the daily deal, you need to.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. I had to stop, but I'm an impulse buyer, so I have to be careful. I have to put tape across my eyes when I'm on the line, stuff like that. But we're thankful for you coming on tonight. Thankful for your sponsorship, and our code is Guiding Guns. So if you want to use our discount code,
no, we don't got a discount code. It's a link.
Discount? Oh, it's just a link. Okay.
Yeah, it's an affiliate link. So I wouldn't tell you what it is, but it starts out with some long stuff and then says Palmetto State Armory at the end. So
okay.
Yeah,
go find it.
Click on it.
Yeah, go find it on the site. It's on our Facebook. We got it pretty much everywhere, and I blast it all over the place. So
yeah, we got our show notes too. All right, Josiah, have a great night. Thanks for coming on.
All right, thanks, guys. Appreciate it.
Thanks, Josiah.
Bye.
All right. Well, that was
good, dude.
Good to catch up. We're gonna have to get him some internet.
Yeah,
he's got to get a pipeline out there in the sticks.
Hey,
all right,
that's two shows in what, a month, where our night hunting crew, they were out in the sticks, and
yep.
Hey, there must be something to say about living out in the sticks and not have to worry about a lot of this stuff.
Yep, works for me.
I live kind of in the sticks, but not too far.
All right, this week's Guiding Gun activities, Doug. What have you been up to?
Let's see. What have I been doing? Of course, on the God side, I've been doing my Sportsman's Daily Devotional. Like it. Sunday, I actually, can't go to church anywhere. So everybody's doing online service. So I actually got to watch two services on Sunday. Our church, I watched it. And then a friend of mine is a pastor of another little small church here locally in Macon. And it was their very first time broadcasting live. They were doing the Facebook stuff. So he asked me, would I watch them do their broadcast and, listen for their audio and see if I can make any tips or pointers to them, to help them out. Mm-hmm. Since it was their first time. And first thing I told him, he probably needed to kick his bandwidth up just a little bit at the church, because it was kind of like Josiah a little bit. It dropped out and froze a couple times, but a lot of churches don't have, small churches. It's just a little small country church, mm-hmm. and they probably don't have, real high bandwidth coming into their church. So that's one of the things that I told him. But the first part was a little shaky, and then it kicked in and started working good. So it was real good. And he's a friend of mine, and he's a pastor of the church there now. So I enjoyed getting to watch him also. So that was cool. Also, appreciate all the prayers that people have been sending my way working at the hospital with everything that's going on. We're just trying to stay safe and take care of our guys are trying to take care of patients, and everybody's stepping outside their comfort zone and working different jobs this week, because for the last couple of weeks, really, because we're screening people coming into the hospital. And we, as the IT department, we are trying to do all kinds of creative ways, because we're not just letting everybody in the hospital. Kids can't come in. We're only allowing one person to come in for a short amount of time to visit. So our department, they've been asking us for tons and tons of stuff with technology, and we're doing iPads on poles that we can take into a room, and people can FaceTime to another iPad that's out in the lobby or the waiting room or wherever they're at, and they can talk to their family member for a little while and see them kind of face to face. So that's starting to kick off, and it's just anything we can do to help out is what we're doing. So work has been extremely busy this week. On the gun side, I've been doing my everyday carry. I've also added to my everyday carry, I have been carrying Puff 2.0. He travels everywhere with me now, and so that's also a Palmetto State. So they're nice guns with my PowerTac light on the end of it. Somebody was chatting with me a while ago, either on YouTube or Facebook, and said they had just got a PowerTac light in for their wife's AR. And I said, well, give me just a few minutes and I will show you mine. So there it is. It is mounted up and good to go. So I've been doing that. Let's see what else. Working. As of right now, hey, our Bulwarks class is still on as of right now. It's going to be May 2nd. I know everything with the virus stuff has been extended out to April 30th, 31st.
Whatever the last day of April is.
Yep. So as of right now, our shoot is going to be on May 2nd. So hopefully all goes well and we can still do that. Georgia the governor like most governors, just did the, what's it called? What do they call it? Stay in your house, or shelter in place. That's their new buzzword for that. Shelter in place, unless you're essential, which it seems like some days looking at the traffic, everybody's essential around.
I recognized the other day that I'm a firearms instructor, so I'm essential.
Are you? Nice.
We can't do any classes because you can't assemble together. But firearms training facilities are supposed to be under the essential classification.
Well, Trump just made it where gun stores are essential now because they were trying to shut down all the gun stores. I saw all these different states. It's like they made the pot store and they made the liquor store essential, but they shut down the gun stores. And I was like, I don't get it. And then you got the one dude that comes on the news telling everybody, if you criminals would just take a break for a little while after the pandemic. Did you see that?
I saw that.
I was like, are you kidding me? I'm like,
if that works, I use it all the time. Hey, if you criminals are supposed to steal stuff.
That's exactly what I said. I said, well, that's a pretty good rule to follow most of the time. If the criminals take the day off, then there's no crime.
I could call it this, the Dora the Explorer rule. Swiper, no swiping.
I was like, you got to be kidding me. And
they got elected to office by a majority of the people.
I want to tell you, I don't quite understand the concept of letting prisoners that are incarcerated, they've been in jail. How did they get the virus to start with? And if they do get it, why are you letting them out?
Yeah, because don't let good crisis go to waste, man. They got to get the criminals out there amongst us.
Well, they're not going to do anything right now, Troy, if we let them out, because that dude asked that no criminals do nothing bad for a while.
That's right. They're on a holiday for right now.
Yeah, and criminals are going to do whatever politicians and stuff ask them to. I was like, seriously?
That's why laws work. It says you can't do it, so people don't do it.
Actually, with a lot of people staying home, it's probably slacked off a little bit on home burglaries anyway.
I don't know. Some of those guys that were released have already committed murder. I saw articles posted on that. Some of the guys they let out have already committed murder. It's crazy. I got your guy and gun stuff for the week.
That's me, man. What you been up to?
I have been doing all kinds of stuff here in the bunker. I've been cleaning on the bunker and reorganizing my tools. I've found all my T-handle metric. I found all of my standard ones.
Were they right where you left them?
No, they were. I have a son who likes working with stuff, so I found some in his room. I found some other places. I'm still missing, but I'm getting all the tools that have been scattered. You know how they get scattered everywhere?
Mhm.
And I'm putting them back in their spot. And I'm getting ready to hang up some pegboard to hang all my tools on and put the little outlines on them. So when something's missing, you know it's missing.
Right.
I'm working on that. That's my next part of the project. Reloading supplies got in today. I did a little live video on that unboxing. Only about half the order came in, and I texted it. I emailed back to Natchez. I said, "Hey, I only got one tracking number, and it says according to the packing slip that the whole thing was shipped." They said, "Oh, there's another package. I don't know why you get the tracking number. Gave that, so it's supposed to be delivered tomorrow for the rest of it." So
I haven't got to see the video yet. I heard about it. I haven't got to see it yet, though.
it was just I just came in from putting the mail in. And I set the box on the bench and set the camera up and thought, well, somebody might be interested in seeing me open up a box of junk.
What
And
kind of stuff you got?
and so somebody's already told on me about wearing my AR.
I was like, I don't know. I hadn't seen it. I don't know.
While we're here around the house and stuff, if I'm in and out going to barns and stuff, I'll have an AR on.
Never know when you go see a coyote or
Yeah,
anything.
there's coyotes are in here like crazy, and there's wild dogs that run in packs and stuff that are just bad. Well, they're worse than coyotes because they're not afraid of humans.
Mm-hmm.
And so I've had to run them off. I saw some last week. I had to go see where they were at, making sure they weren't bothering the cattle. So I mean, I have AR on a lot. It's not unusual. And I'll usually have 2 extra mags in my pocket. So the mail guy, and the UPS guy, and the FedEx guy, they all are used to seeing me walk around with an AR slung, and my neighbors, they don't think nothing about it. So
Yeah.
I've been shooting in this valley we live in here for 50 years. So yeah, it's been 50 years. Started shooting when I was 53. And when I was 50 when I was 3, and I'm 53 now. So I've been shooting for 50 years.
There you go.
Wow.
Anniversary.
I feel almost as old as you.
You're close.
I will be for 3 months. I'll be the same age as you.
You will.
All right. So gun side, yeah, working on gun stuff, working on organizing. I've been organizing my gun parts. I've got tons of Glock trigger groups and sights and magazines and stuff that are scattered in 16 different totes and stuff. And so I'm getting everything out, putting them in the right things. I'm organizing all my gun tools, all my AR tools in one box, and all my specialized tools in another box. And I've been working on getting all my dies put in the right blocks and boxes and oil and all that stuff. So working a lot here in the dungeon or the bunker. Been doing some work on the computer. Been doing some ham stuff. Still studying. Hopefully, I'll get to take the test. Maybe May before I get to take it now, since he's extended it out to the end of April. On the God side, watched our pastor sermons this week. I watched another sermon my daughter had watched, and she thought it was really great, so she wanted me to watch it. So it's a church my parents go to when they're in Florida. It was a good sermon on how to deal with fear, how to deal with stressful times like we're in right now. So it was good for her and my wife, and so we watched that one. Of course, I'm listening to sermons a lot, just on a regular basis, and reading some books. I read 2 books this week so far. What else have I been doing? That's about it on the guide and gun side, I think. And then EDC, carrying the usual suspect, the Glock 30S in my crossbreed Super Tuck. I got some new shorts. Had to get smaller sizes, and I got in some new True Spec shorts, cargo shorts, and I've been wearing those today. I like them. So I like it because there's a mag pouch on each side behind the cargo pocket. There's a pocket that's sort of hidden. You can drop an AR mag in there, so I can carry 4 magazines on me without any kind of a holster for them. 4 AR mags. The back pockets are the same shape and size as the as a side pockets, and so you can drop 4 magazines in there. As long as you got a belt and enough butt to hold it up, you can run quite a bit of magazines in there. Plus, there's a place for a double mag. I mean, I could put 2 Glock 30 mag or Glock 21 mags in each side above the AR mag, so you can hold quite a bit of firepower. And
Nice.
I like these True Spec shorts, and Proper's got some a lot like it too. So that's pretty much it. I mean, I'm running my usual SOCOM knife, ED2 Defender light, and then I ordered PowerTech light too last night. I looked on there and they had a special on I think it was like a 450 lumen. It was a long throw tactical mount light,
Mm-hmm.
and it was like $53. It was like 100 something marked down to 53, and then I used our discount code, and it was like 30 something.
You can't beat it.
And so I ordered one of those, and so I'm gonna put that on this the bunker gun, because I've got a mount that mounts into the A post that holds a flashlight. Elzetta makes it, and it was really reasonable. And it's the same size diameter light as that PowerTech, so I'm just gonna mount that on there. That'll be plenty enough light for the bunker and here around the farm. That's a Palmetto State. That's a all Palmetto State right there. Well, this is a blade, but this up here on top is not Palmetto State.
Is that the one you had up in Virginia with us?
Nope, that's
Different one.
that's
That's
the truck gun I had in Virginia with us.
the truck gun.
Yeah, that's the one that the Law Tactical folder and all that.
Yep.
Yeah, it's up there in the baseball bag. So it looks like it's in a little leaguer's bag. It doesn't really raise the suspicion most of the year. Dead of winter might.
Right.
So what are you packing tonight?
I have my Glock 19 in my Super Tuck Deluxe, and anybody that wants to know if we really wear them, you can tell it is broke in good.
Yep. Mine looks the same same way.
I like the way it leaves
The old print.
the little end of the gun on there for you. So I just got noticing I need to take it in the, well, it was in the house. It came out here with me, but I need to go clean it. Looks like I haven't cleaned it in a month, but I just cleaned it last week.
Yeah, they just get really dirty.
They do.
When you wear them every day, they get really dirty.
And like I said, also, I'm not in a bunker. I mean, this is my garage gun. Actually, this is my truck gun too. So this is one that's been going around with me. It's a Palmetto State 8.5 inch. It's got the 2-inch shroud on it, which makes it a 10 inches. But that shroud sends most of the muzzle flash and sound downrange. It doesn't blow out around the edges. It's also got my PowerTac light on it that I picked up through PowerTac that I like a lot. Somebody asked me the other day, they was talking about how I mounted the pressure switch.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know if you can see that. So all that is a ladder, the rail for your Picatinny rail that I flipped upside down, and I didn't come up with this myself. I saw somebody else do it. I was like, that's a good idea. So I had some of that laying around, flipped it upside down. You can run your cable for your light right down the edge right here, and you can push your pressure switch down in there, and then when you pick it up, you're good to go. It lights up. It works good. It's got the Sig Romeo 5 red dot on it, which I like a lot. It's got the M-Bus flip up sights, and it also has an echo trigger.
Cool. So it's almost rock and roll.
Yeah.
So it's sort of like Elvis.
And it's got the SBA 3 tactical brace on it as well. And oh yeah, that trigger is it's the deal.
Good deal. All right. So you have any listener feedback? I did have some. I was looking here to see if I could see it.
I did not.
Got a bunch of inbox stuff. Go ahead and tell us the joke
All right, I can do that. So tonight is advance notice. So a bishop visited a church in his diocese. Only 3 people turned out to hear him preach. He he asked the vicar, "Did you give notice to my visit?" He said, "No," replied the vicar, "but words seem to have got around anyway." Maybe they were sheltering in place that day.
Must have been sheltering in place. All right, tonight's Bible verse is not very long. It's very simple. It was actually the Bible verse that popped up for Bible.com's app, and I thought it was a very good verse for today. It comes from 2 Samuel 7:22. Therefore you are great, O Lord God, for there is none like you, and there is no God beside you, according to all that we have heard with our ears. And it is true, there is no God other than our God, and his name is Jehovah, and lots of other names, but his son was Jesus, and he came and lived and died and to be a sacrifice for our sin, and we might be reunited to God. Because of Adam's sin, we were all cursed and not able to have a relationship with God because God is holy and we are not. We chose to follow Satan's advice, or Adam did, the Garden of Eden and Eve. So therefore, we were all condemned, and by Jesus' sacrifice, we are all redeemed if we believe that he is the Son of God. That's the simplified version of the gospel right there. So, in these times, we just have to remember God's in control. When you can't do something about something, I mean, when you can't stop a virus from spreading, when you can't see it, you can't smell it, taste it, you can't do anything but trust in God and pray and take care of your family. There's no reason to get stressed out because God's in control. And if you're to die, it's because God has ordained it. And if you are to live, then it's because God still has something for you to do.
Yep, that's like I told a couple people at work this week. I've told my family too. When my dad was sick, and everybody's heard that story. You know how how much faith my dad had when he found out he had cancer and it was terminal and he wasn't going to make it. And he came out and there was that song that was going at the time. And my dad's like, God's either going to heal me here or he's going to take me. I'm going to be in heaven and I'm going to be a winner either way. And that's the way I look at it. If I get it, I get it. And God's either going to heal me or I'm going to go to heaven. So either way, I'm good with it. And I've prayed. I know you have. I know everybody is praying about it. What's going on, hoping they don't get it, and this and that. And I've always been under the philosophy: if you're going to pray about something and ask God to help you with it, stop worrying about it because you gave it to God. So if you give it to God, God's going to take care of it one way or the other. So why stress yourself out over it?
Yeah, I can't remember where I've heard the saying, but it's stuck with me all these years that if God wants me to die, I can't do anything to stop it. And if God wants me to live, nobody can kill me. So, and I'm not going anywhere until God's done with me, right? So, that's how I live my life. I'm not worried about it, but be ready to answer when people ask you, why are you not afraid? Why are you not worried about this? Because I have hope in something more than President Trump, more than a vaccine for some virus, and more than washing my hands.
Right.
And its name is Jesus.
That's right.
All right, so let's see. We didn't have the main topic. Let's before we do our Armed Citizen, we're going to hit our sponsors real quick one last time, and then we'll get into our Armed Citizen. And then while you're doing that, we'll look and see if I can find that feedback. Because we had several people have reached out to me in the last week or so, and I thought I had a link to them, but I don't see here. All right, so how can you help us out? Patches and stickers, they look like this. You can find them on Facebook Yeah, there's one there. I don't have mine here.
They make handy accessories for Yeti and well, this is Noah's Ark Trail, but hey, they make handy accessories.
Yeah, they're probably made in the same plant, probably.
Uh,
In China. Oh, I got the cough. No, it's because everything here is blooming, and I've been outside. I'm all stopped up. Uh, so patches and stickers, you can find those on our Facebook page. You can find them my Shopify /guide guns. Let me look at it real quick here. Yeah, guide guns my Shopify, and there's links in our show notes too. So you can find that. Zija, I use it every day, and I drink the Smart Mix. No, I drink the Super Mix, which is more volume than the Smart Mix. It helps with inflammation, helps with blood sugar control, your sugar level control. It helps with digestion. It helps with mostly with inflammation. I've got lots of injuries from car wrecks, football wrecks, being crushed at UPS when I worked at the airport there. Weightlifting injuries. I mean, I've abused my body over the years, and if I don't take Zija, I can't function. That's just the way it is. I could stop for about 2 weeks, and then all of a sudden everything starts hurting to the point where I am in miserable shape. I start taking it in about a week or two, it will all go away. I've tried weaning myself off of it 2 or 3 times. I have to take it. It just helps keep the inflammation down, helps my body be able to cope with it. It also helped me lose weight. There's some products that you can find on there. You can see my testimony and all that at guidingguns.myzj.com. Oath Keepers, they're not a sponsor, but we're lifetime members, and we want to sponsor Oath Keepers any way we can. So I just mentioned them here. The raffle for the AR-10 was the other night. I don't know. I haven't checked my email to see if I won it yet. Maybe I'll check that. But they are a great group of former and current military, first responders, police, and just good old country boys like me that are patriots of the country. We want to support and defend the Constitution, and everyone who took an oath to keep the oath to defend America against enemies, foreign, domestic, will keep that oath. And you can find out more about them at oathkeepers.org. And
you can also, Oath Keepers is for your retired military, law enforcement, first responders,
or active,
or active, absolutely. But you don't have to be one of those to join. You can be a private citizen that is patriotic and be a member also. But one thing I want to say is I'm retired. I'm a member of Oath Keepers. I took an oath. Man, that was a long time ago. 20 years ago. No, more than that. I'm retired, been out 30 plus years ago. I took my oath, and my oath never expires. So, if I was called on to do duty, I would be there if needed be, because I am a patriot. And if you are a veteran that got out and you still feel the need, Oath Keepers is the way to go.
Amen. Yeah, I joined in 2013 as a associate because I didn't serve or anything like that, but they welcome all kinds, even ones like me.
Mm-hmm.
All right. And then I just put a link in there for russbianchi.com. It's RUSSBIANCHI for you guys that are driving. He's got the diet I use to lose a bunch of weight, and have kept it off for the most part for all these years. And then you got the last ones.
Hey, Crossbreed holsters. You saw mine a while ago that I carry in my Glock 19, and then every day Crossbreed makes the most comfortable holster I promise that you'll ever try. Go check our buddies out. It doesn't matter if you like the appendix carry, you're carrying drop slide, whatever. Crossbreed makes a holster for you, and they make them for most guns that are out there. And I'm not sure about, I don't think they make one for a high point, even though Professor Paul had one that he made. But they don't make one for that, I don't think. But they got one for just about anything you want to carry, and they are the most comfortable holsters you're going to wear. So go check our buddies out at crossbreedholsters.com and use our promo code GNG. Get a 10% discount when you check out just for listening to the show and using our promo. Also, Axelson Tactical, they had a big sale going on the other day. If you want a high performing tack driving rifle, custom rifles, they make long range rifles that are just awesome. I want to get my hands on one, and one day I will get one. But they do custom pistols, rifles, knives, all kind of stuff. High quality. Troy and I both have one, and we love it. Y'all have seen mine and his several times. Mine's in about every picture you see me with a hog. So that's my exclusive hog gun, and I love it. And they're great guns. So go check our buddies out at axelsonusa.com. Hey, Jeff and the guys will also give you a 10% discount if you use the promo code God and Guns. So that'll save you some money. And I've told you, if they're running a promo and they got 50% off on guns, which they had on some here in the last 2 weeks, they're not going to give you another 10%. You'll get the 50%, and we're good with that. As long as you get the discount, go for it. Go for which one's greater. But also, you saw mine. Troy just ordered one, PowerTac lights. The guys over at Lane is doing everything he can. We had a listener feedback last week or a week before, I can't remember. Lane went out of his way to put together a light kit for a guy, that one of our listeners that wanted one. He contacted him. Lane hooked him up and sent it to him, and they were out. They didn't have any, but he had one laying on his desk of this, and he put him a package together. It's got a lifetime warranty on it, and they are great lights. So go check them out at PowerTac.com. It's not PowerTac lights, it's PowerTac.com. Use a promo code God and Guns, and they will give you 40% off of anything on the site, even sale items. So you can't beat that deal. So go check them out and show them a little love and get something. Use our promo code and save some money. Also, we had Josiah on the show from Palmetto State Armory today. He explained a little bit about why the back orders, which, Amazon is on. It took 4 days to get something on Prime for 2 days the other day. Everything is backed up. People are staying home and ordering on the internet. So bear with them. They'll get it to you. But if you find something you like, you better get it quick, especially ammo. So they are affiliate link. So everything you guys buy, they give us a little bit that goes back into the show to help us with, getting T-shirts, patches, this and that, and bandwidth, and all the things that we do to keep you guys informed. So go check them out at PalmettoStateArmory.com.
Deal. Armed Citizen of the Week. What we got tonight?
Armed Citizen comes to us tonight from Tulsa. And it's concealed carry permit holder fatally shoots an armed woman outside of North Tulsa Shopping Center. This is by Stetson Payne of Tulsa World. Tulsa police responded about 6:30 p.m. Friday on the 5300 block of North Peoria Avenue for a reported shooting. A woman was found dead at the scene, according to the news release. She has not been identified as of Friday night. A man with a concealed carry permit reportedly told arriving officers that he had shot the woman after she had started shooting at customers outside the shopping center. Video reportedly showed the woman was involved in an earlier altercation in the parking lot. The woman left the shopping center and returned about 3 minutes later when she pulled a gun and opened fire, according to the news release. The concealed carry permit holder reportedly returned fire and was later questioned and released by the department's detective division.
Wow. Crazy.
Yeah, that just happened the 28th of March, so that was recent.
Or she was fussing because everybody was out not staying home.
I don't know. Somebody probably got the last roll of toilet paper wherever she was at. It ticked her off. Who knows?
Yeah, I don't know. Don't know.
There was reportedly, somebody told me they reported on the news up in Atlanta that two guys got into an altercation over the last pack of toilet paper somewhere, and a guy took a wine bottle and broke it and stabbed the other dude in the neck. I'm like, people are crazy.
People are wound too tight. I tell you what.
Yeah, they are.
You need to go out and walk around in the woods, roll around in the grass a little bit.
I will be honest and tell you, you're a prepper.
Yeah.
I am not a prepper, but I do like to have stuff on hand. So when stuff like this happens, I can sustain for a while. Now, probably not like you, where I could sustain for a year, but I can go for a little while. And I told my wife, I said, there's all kind of critters that God put in God's grocery store that we can go get if I need it, because country boys can survive. And contrary to popular belief from a lot of what people think, hamburger doesn't just show up in packs at a store. Somebody killed it.
Somebody raised it. Somebody raised it, then somebody killed it.
Exactly. Same with chickens. They're like, oh, how can you shoot those little birds? It's easy. You know how fast they are. You just don't got to lead them as far.
Yeah. Well, Chris was like, we need to get chickens so we can have eggs. And I'm like, you want to go out and start trying to get chickens right now. It's too late right now. You needed to start 6 months ago, so as you know what you're doing, and you got laying chickens, and you figured it out, and all the ones that were going to die.
Dude, I got zero want to get chickens.
I don't want them. They're but I mean, if things were going to be long term, yeah, I'd want chickens.
Yeah, maybe.
But she's like, well, we got chicken coops, but she don't want chickens in the yard. And I'm like, if you're going to get into chickens, you should get into them long before now, because ain't nobody going to be selling no chickens. They're going to be selling eggs at exorbitant prices, but they're not going to be selling no chickens right now. They'll be outrageous, and they'll probably be the runts of the worst of their lot, the ones that are already worn out and can't lay eggs anymore.
Be my luck, I get a bunch of chickens that lay eggs like a quail egg,
Or roosters.
yeah, or I get a whole batch of roosters. Like, why are these chickens laying no eggs?
They fight a lot.
They don't get along.
There's some mad chickens.
Mad all the time.
And they wake me up. All right, so we'll wrap this thing up. Appreciate you guys being on with us. Appreciate you guys supporting us and sharing our shows and giving us likes and feedback. We appreciate that. But we're gonna wrap it up tonight. Send your feedback to Troy at GuyandGunsPodcast.com or
Doug at GuyandGunsPodcast.com.
Again, please tell your friends about us. Leave us an iTunes review. Like us on Facebook at Facebook.com/GuyandGunsPodcast. You can subscribe, follow us on YouTube. I think we've got the links working over there good now, because everything seems to be working the last 2 weeks.
Yeah, it's rolling good today.
All right. And you can follow us on Twitter, Guy and Guns Pod. Search for us on Instagram. I post a little weird stuff over there all the time. MeWe is our fallback site. So go to MeWe, create an account, and then find Guy and Guns Podcast. Our website someday will be back and going. Until next time, Doug, have a blessed week.
Hey, keep your guns close, but keep your Bible closer.
All right, guys. Good night. Thanks for watching, and we will talk to you guys later.
Good night, everybody.
Sayonara.